Total Pro Nation's Lambo Ambassador Sports. Obviously, featured by Sideline Sports Network. You need to get your merch. Go to TotalProNation.com. You get this shirt. You get this hat. A lot more options at the TotalProNation.com store. Like I said, it's down in the ticker. Also, link in all the YouTube channels and link on all social medias as well. We'll be talking about the Bengals with the upset win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence sprained his ankle. He got hurt. And also, we're basically in week 14 of the NFL season. We're about 4 weeks away until the actual playoffs. We're in December. What team will get the number one seed and will possibly go forward to the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl? Without further ado, let's get started. Well, let's talk about last night's game first. Now, last night's game was pretty competitive. I was very surprised. It was a low-scoring game, obviously, at the end of the second quarter. Both teams were tied at 14 apiece, with Cincinnati scoring 14 points, obviously, in the second quarter, obviously. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to be honest. We're going to have to be blunt, and we're going to have to be able to tell the truth, especially when it comes to Lambo and Maxwell Sports and just Total Pro Nation in general. We have to be able to tell the truth. Jake Browning outplayed Trevor Lawrence. I understand that Trevor Lawrence got hurt in the fourth quarter. I do understand that, but Jake Browning outplayed Trevor Lawrence. He's a rookie from Washington, obviously. He outplayed Trevor Lawrence. He outplayed him. He only had 5 incompletions. He was 32 of 37 for 354 and a touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, not bad. 22-29, 258, and 2 touchdowns. What did this game basically come down to? I think Jamar Chase really went off on the Jacksonville defense. And the Jacksonville defense is somewhat good, but obviously it's not really totally great. It just came down to turnovers. It came down to the fumbles. They came out of fumbles, but it really, I'm not sure. Cincinnati Bengals did have 1 turnover, by the way. But, I mean, this game was basically going back and forth. It just came down to Jacksonville and C.J. Bernard, obviously. Now, Doug Peterson, let's be realistic. We know damn well you ain't got your faith in no C.J. Bernard. We know damn well your confidence. Jacksonville's at 8-4. They're sitting around. I like a lot of things about this game. I like that Cincinnati stick with the run game. Jacksonville has not really been able to run the ball. Travis Etienne basically played, even though he was hurt probably last week, 2 weeks prior, obviously. He got a rushing touchdown. This game was pretty even. Jacksonville missed a very, very crucial field goal, obviously, which that really hurt them a lot. But the game at least went into overtime. There's not really much to say about this game, obviously. I wish there was more to say. I'm just surprised the Bengals were going to come back and win. Obviously, I did pick the Jacksonville Jags to basically win this game. But it turned out the Cincinnati Bengals do have a chance at a playoff spot. They're sitting at 6-6. You have the Ravens up in that division, AFC North at 9-3. And, of course, you have the Steelers at 7-5, obviously, with the loss of the Arizona Cardinals. Not only to the loss of the Arizona Cardinals, but just looking at it from an atmosphere standpoint, they're only 1 game and a half away from Pittsburgh. And I'll talk about this later when I preview the Patriots and the Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers also lost Kenny Pickett. Now, with the Trevor Lawrence situation, C.J. Bernard will probably be starting this week. But Trevor Lawrence is questionable. He has a high ankle sprain, which is not good. I had a high ankle sprain. It's not very good. It's not one of those ones you want to have. You have to really soak it. But the next game that they played a tough Cleveland Browns team. Doug Peterson, like I said, is not ruling him out. He's not ruling him out. But, I mean, you might want to let him recover. But, I mean, I don't want him to rush his injury for Trevor Lawrence. Now, I understand, looking back, let's just say Trevor Lawrence is out for 4 weeks. All right, they got Cleveland, they got Baltimore, they got Tampa Bay, they got Carolina, they got Tennessee. Cleveland and Baltimore will be very, very tough games. AFC North teams. Cleveland, even though they don't have an offense, they have a very good defense. The Ravens are basically the most complete team. So I'm going to assume that Trevor Lawrence will be out at least about 2 weeks. At least those games against the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. If he somehow finds a way to play, I'll be surprised. But at the same time, I would not really want to rush this high ankle sprain injury. Normally in recovery, if you have a normal high ankle sprain, like I said, I only say this because I had a high ankle sprain. Fully healed, it takes about a minimum of 4 to 6 weeks, obviously. So for Trevor Lawrence, CJ Beathard probably possibly the starting quarterback going forward. I am not confident that CJ Beathard is going to make some magic, obviously, to these lines. Now, who wins the AFC North, or excuse me, the AFC in general? Um, the AFC is loaded. Now, I understand the Miami Dolphins at 9-3, but they don't beat any good teams. All right, Miami at 9-3, Ravens 9-3, Chiefs 9-3. 8-4, Jacksonville 8-4, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Indianapolis, and Houston at 7-5. That's the very, very, very competitive AFC. And also you have, Denver and Cincinnati and Buffalo all sitting at 6-6, the 9, 10th, 11 seeds. It can go flip flop in the next 4 weeks. Everything can go crazy. Who's going to win the AFC? My number one seed, I think the most complete team I'm going to say is the Baltimore Ravens, just because of that defense. Miami hasn't proven to me they can beat any good teams. They beat sorry teams, obviously. They beat up on them sorry Commanders. Yeah, okay, we get that. Beat up on the Commanders, the Raiders, put up 70 on the Denver Broncos team that was like 1-3 to start the year. Miami probably maybe be a 3 seed maybe. Kansas City Chiefs, they lost to the Packers. That concerns me a lot. I don't know how they lost to the Packers. I mean, it's just Travis Kelce's not getting a lot of touches. Patrick Mahomes with the crucial interceptions, obviously. So my team to win the AFC and possibly get number one seed, I am more comfortable with the Baltimore Ravens. They are officially first in defense and total defense as we speak right now, obviously. So I'm going to take the Ravens at number 1. 2 and 3 can go either way. You can put Kansas City and probably put Miami because, Miami going to beat everybody that's sorry. Questionable thing for Jacksonville if they don't have a 4-game losing streak without Trevor Lawrence, depending on how long he's out for. Pittsburgh and Cleveland can go either way. They're both tied at 7-5. They'll lose. Kenny Pickett did have surgery on his ankle, so he'll probably be either gone the rest of the season or gone for about 2 weeks. Cleveland, if they get the quarterback situation figured out, Dorian Thompson-Robinson should be back. I'm not sure if Deshaun Watson's out for the season. I think he is. But the Indianapolis Colts are sneaking in. I know Matt Pat likes this because Gardner Minshew sitting at 7-5 without Anthony Richardson. That's insane. And of course, you got the Houston Texans right behind at number 8. I said they're going to be the Denver Broncos. C.J. Stroud's doing excellent. But to answer the question of who wins the AFC and who gets the number 1 seed, I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens to get the number 1 seed. Now, to win the AFC, I still probably have the Kansas City Chiefs, but I'm not going to be 100% sold on that damn decision yet just because of that offense is just falling apart in so many ways, and the wide receivers for the Chiefs need to step up. So as of right now, who I think wins the AFC right now, the most complete team in football I have is the Baltimore Ravens. I do not trust the Miami Dolphins because they can't beat good teams. All right, so this is it for Lambo and Maxwell Sports. If you need your merch, you go to TotemPoleNation.com. Thank you, Satellite Sports Network, to the platform. Also, like, comment, and subscribe to Totem Pole Nation. Now, next, we got to talk about my sorry-ass Patriots Thursday Night Football. My sorry-ass Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously. Do we have a chance to beat them? I don't know. Our offense can't score nothing, but our defense can hold teams, less than 10 points, but we can't score on offense. So it's been a horrible season, but I'll talk about that next. But next video, next 5 minutes, Thursday Night Football, we'll be talking about the Patriots versus the Steelers. Peace out.